Good morning, wonderful, glorious world. And I hope and pray you're all well. Today's video, it's a motorcycle review. And I do love reviewing motorcycles that touch my heart and soul, which probably is most motorcycles. Anyway, what will we be reviewing? Well, Zongshen RX1. Let's have a closer look at this machine. This has several variants in different parts of the world. In the UK, you can buy this at 125cc and 250cc. In Asia, you find this offered at 200cc and 250. This particular machine is 200cc. It's a basic machine based on a carburetor single-cylinder engine, but it does pack a punch considering it's a small displacement motor. I'll dance around the motorcycle so you can get a closer look, and then we'll hit the road. Let me make it clear that I will give you some facts and figures about the bike through fact sheets, which I will place on the screen at a later point in the video. But without further ado, let's hit the road. Let's hit the road, Jack. So I'm going to try to take this motorbike on some varied terrain, tough terrain I might add. This is an incline and it's pretty steep. I'd say it's around about 30 degrees, so most motorcycles struggle here, but this is going at a fairly fast pace on this 200cc engine. I was very impressed, very, very impressed. Didn't slow down, didn't lose momentum, and carried on comfortably. Though this is air cooled, you never feel that the engine overheats. It's a small engine, works really hard, but it's a well built engine. Discs are front and rear, no drum brake here, and therefore I would say the brakes are pretty good. In fact, I go one step further. The rear brake I found very, very sharpish, and you have to massage the rear brake so that you don't lock the rear wheel. And that was one of the drawbacks of the Zongshen range that I found. I've owned the RX3, I've owned the RX3S, and now the RX1, and all of the brakes, either front or rear, are really sharp and grippy. Now, most people like that, and if you're going off-road, it probably does serve a good purpose. But on the roads where you have to gain speed to keep up with the ongoing traffic, then sometimes you don't want brakes so sharp that you skid. But you get used to it after a while. In trying to demonstrate this bike's capabilities, I thought I'd take it off-road. This road is both sandy and uneven, and it makes the bike tested steel. Now, to make sure we're all clear, this is no motocross bike. This is an adventure bike which is predominantly used on the road. But these kind of off-road scenes and tracks, it handles very well. And that means that this becomes an all-rounder, and that's the kind of bike you want if you're looking for an adventure bike. In terms of aesthetics, it looks pretty good. Why? Because it copies the GS BMW. Now, it's a mini version, but now I think most will agree that most adventure bikes have the GS type of template as standard, and this also does that, but it does it pretty well. So thumbs up on how it looks. In trying to make it more off-road oriented, one could change the tires to a different pattern that assists you on off-road terrain. I would be remiss in my responsibility in checking this bike out fully if I didn't take this on some more different types of terrain, some tougher terrain. So I'm gonna take you on a path which, put simply, is embedded with stones. It'll come in a short while, but in the meantime, what I wanted to share about this bike is the strength of its chassis. It has a very strong chassis. For a very low cost bike, its design and make is strong. And to that end, let me show you a picture of its chassis. Trust me when I tell you, when reviewing this Chinese bike, I was actually looking for faults, but I couldn't find many. In fact, other than its brakes, I couldn't find any, and that's only its rear brake. Now I'm passing through some stones, and you'll see that it holds its own. If you see me slowing down, that's basically my inexperience. That's got nothing to do with the bike. The bike feels comfortable. The bike feels as if I'm the one hindering its progress. Anyway, let's get back to the quality of this bike. For 200cc, for the price point it's pitched at, this is a high-end, high-quality bike. There's no doubt about that. I'll show you more pictures of the bike so you can see it from different angles, but in short, any who have this bike will be singing its praises, and those that are considering this bike won't be far off getting a very good bike for money and size. 200cc definitely kicks a lot more than 200, but it's 200 and that's what I've got to quote. Now for the specification sheet. For all those like me who like to know the nitty-gritty. Thank you for watching, and time for me now to say goodbye. Take care, everyone.